Hey y'all, it's Jo. So today I'm here to talk to you all about the leggy spider. The leggy spider is going to be a no-sew plushy pattern made with blanket yarn, or any yarn, but you know what I mean. Specifically made to be made with blanket yarn, but of course you can make it with any type of yarn you like. So my spider pattern started out like this years ago. Is that 4 or 5 years? 4 years ago, maybe? I'll have to look. I don't remember. So I always knew I wanted a cute little, just one body spider with 8 legs, kind of like the O in my Jo's Web logo is like just a little round spider with the 2 eyes, right? I think I kind of made it to resemble this a little bit. Maybe I could put the eyes, if I put the eyes up here instead of down here. Let's do this. There we go. Ta-da-da-da, it's fixed. Maybe that's how I made it. I think that is how I made it. I didn't make it like this. I made it like this. Yeah, that makes more sense. I done forgot what I did, y'all. So, this was not long after I first learned how to crochet in the round and make amigurumi. So I always knew that I wanted to improve upon this, and I did, and I can't find the other one. It's lost somewhere, but I made another spider. This is made, you make the 8 legs, then you start the body, you sew on part of the leg, and then the next round you finish out, you sew on the bottom of the leg, right? You sew on the top of the leg, next round you sew on the bottom of the leg, and then you close it up. So these legs were just made like fingers, just straight little tubes. But the other spider I made had very similar looking legs to this, where it had a bend, it had a knee and a little foot. So I need to find that one somewhere. I don't even know if it got shown anywhere. But so the evolution of Webby, this is let's hold him right. This is Webster, my little mascot. He has a girlfriend named Miriam. And if you get that reference, you got it. So let me tell you a little bit about what you can expect from the leggy spider pattern. It is a no-sew plushie, meaning that it's made all in one piece from the beginning to the end. So there's no sewing on of anything unless you decide to add your own eyes. Another thing about it is I would not classify this as beginner friendly. And you would think, looking at something so simply made, looks very simple, right? That it would be very easy. But it's the legs. It's the way that the legs have the shaping, that it's an intermediate pattern. Now, with that being said, I would encourage somewhat beginners, not brand new beginners, but advanced beginners, to try it, because if you follow along with my tutorial, you'll be able to get it. I know you will. I know you can do it. If you wanted to try it with the written pattern, then you could also, you know, I explain everything in detail with lots of pictures, exactly where you're going to need to put your hook to do what, right? So I have lots and lots of pictures, lots of example pictures to show you how we're going to make these legs. They are a little tricky, but advanced beginners, I would encourage to try it, and intermediate could definitely get it. Now, other than the regular kind of stitches that you're going to be doing, single magic ring, single crochet, slip stitch, increases and decreases, with single crochets. You're also going to need to know how to do the foundation single crochet row and cluster, 3 double crochet cluster stitch. So those are the along with those are the more advanced stitches, but there's also a way that I make the leg that's not like a stitch per se that I can tell you how to do it. You have to follow the directions or watch the video and know how to do it. So if you follow the directions and look at the pictures, you can get it, or follow along with the video. So I just wanted to put that out there, that this is not beginner friendly, but I would encourage advanced beginners and intermediate to absolutely try it. So I wanted to like improve upon this. I knew I wanted to make a better pattern one day. I think my friend Nickaboo, aka Nicole at Addicted to Yarn, did make one of these because she was like, you need to write that up. I want to make one always. She wants a pattern. So she did make one, and that was way back. So that's kind of funny that we have those. Who knows, she probably gave hers to her dog to play with, chew up. But so fast forward, you know, like a few years and all kinds of life stuff getting in the way, I started discovering my love for, well, I've always been in love with making amigurumis out of blanket yarn. So I have quite a few of them, and you'll see they're really big. I take like a regular pattern and I just make it with blanket yarn. I love it. Still do that to this day. And then about a month or so ago, I put out this little leggy froggy pattern. I did a tutorial and I wrote it up, and it's on Etsy if you're interested, along with the eyes. That is also a tutorial here on my channel, and written pattern on Etsy. So I have that. I did that like a month or so ago, and as soon as I got this one out, I started like, I need to make my spider, my Webster pattern in blanket yarn. I need to figure this out. But I also wanted it to be a no-sew pattern, because that's kind of like, I don't know if you call it the rage right now with a lot of especially younger crocheters that do the markets and stuff. They like these little quick amigurumis made out of blanket yarn, and they like them to be no-sew patterns. That means don't make separate parts to sew on. This one you did have to make the 2 little eyes separate, but I don't think that was a big deal putting those together. So then I started, this is my prototype, my little spider prototype. I love his little 6 eyes, 3 on each side. I think that's really cute. So I did this one, and I just was not happy at all about the legs, right? I'm like, why aren't my legs staying straight? Darn it. Dab-nabbit. So I fiddled with it and fiddled with it and fiddled with it. Let me see if I can find some. I have a whole container here full of lady spiders. I still have 2 more on the hook. Let's see if I can find, like, which ones did I make first? I think it might have been like this. I made this one, and I was trying to figure out the legs. They're a little better, but see, I got my cute little eyes on them. Not exactly. And this, you know, just trying to make sure am I getting these legs right? So I think this one came out good. This might have been, is this the original pattern? I had to change it a few times, and I tried it in different hook sizes. I tried it in, this one, I think this one has my heart. this one. He's a little fuzzy. He's almost like a little jumping spider because he's got a little furry fur. And so I just gave him some, I wanted him to have like golden brown eyes. I'm like, well, they're gold, so that's close enough. So I thought he was so cute. This I do not recommend, especially if you're a beginner. I don't recommend you using this type of yarn at all for your first one. You cannot see your stitches, so you won't know what you're doing, and it'll be very frustrating. Yeah, try this type of yarn on the second or third one once you know what you're doing. So that's really cute. And then of course, got to make black spider, right? So this black spider was made with an 8mm hook, and it has the much bigger eyes. And this spider was made with a 6.5mm hook. You can see, it's kind of hard to see the difference. I did this so I could show like the same yarn just to show you the difference in the sizes. So it's kind of hard to see, I think. I think it's kind of hard for y'all to see in the black. So then that's when I made this one. This is actually the one that's on the tutorial. I did this with an 8mm hook, and this one with a 6.5. So you can definitely see the difference in these two, how they look. This one's wider. It's even when I make, you know how when you make the circle and then you start going with your straight rows to bring it in? Well, this one just kept being more flat, right? Because of the 8mm hook. So you can see this one's more rounded, more poofy. And this one's legs are definitely more floppy. And this one has a little bit more structure to the legs. But this yarn is also very silky, soft and silky. So it tends to be more floppy than the stiffer type of blanket yarn, if you know what I'm talking about. So these were really cute. This one I made with Lion Brand, Thick and Quick, right? Lion Brand Thick and Quick. It's got like a wool, it's got, you know, part of wool in it. Get up, little leg. So I thought that was really cute with all the little color changes in it. And he's got safety eyes like that on him. Adorable. And of course I had to make small ones. I think these were two different pattern types I was testing. So I think this was the first pattern I made, and this was the one that I improved on. So when I changed the pattern, it did make it a row bigger. So, you know, I had to do that to make it like easier, you know what I mean? Like more easier to explain to y'all how to do it, and it made more sense. I'm like, oh no, I need to change this to make it easier. So I did. And it made it a little bigger, but that's okay. That's all right. So it's really cute. And then, of course, if y'all have been watching my Christmas in July, what was it, Deck the Halls, where I made the little Christmas froggy and I made Christmas ornaments. This is my Leggy Froggy 2.0 pattern, and then so I had to make one in the Christmas yarn. I got the little jump ring up there, so these will be hanging on my tree. So I got my little spider too. Love those. Love those. Okay, so what I wanted to talk to y'all about also was types of blanket yarn. There's so many different types of blanket yarn that you can use, and even like just Bernat blanket yarn has different types. Not all blanket yarns are the same. Just recently, I started watching this new girl. Well, I know she's got to be younger than me, but anyway, she's a grown woman. Her channel name is Mimi Makes and More. I think that's it. And her name is Marsha. And I think she doesn't live far from me, I think. So I would love to meet up with her one day. But so she was actually just in her last video talking about blanket yarn. And I was like, I couldn't agree with you more because they're all so different. Like, for instance, this is, well, I don't have the label, but this would be like regular Bernat blanket yarn. And I've used that. I use this all the time for everything that I use it for. But I have a ton of that because I got a lot of it on sale one day. Did I bump my camera? What happened? So I got a lot of it on sale years ago, like when Joann was still having good sales, and they would have it like buy one, get one free kind of sale. And, you know, it's like they never do that anymore. You know, you're lucky if you get 20 or 30% off. So anyway, so I have a stock up there, but not all, they didn't have all the bright, beautiful, pretty colors like they do now back then. So I have a lot of neutrals and a lot of blues and stuff. Anyway, so this blanket yarn is kind of, see, I hit it again. It's kind of, I don't want to call it rough, but it's very thick. When you work with it with like the plastic Clover and More hooks, it has a lot of drag. I always try to use my metal hooks with blanket yarn when I can, but you know, not always. So just a lot of times it depends on what hook I can grab that's closest to me. But this is the yarn that I use for this one. What happened to my little jumpy spider? Here it is. So this little spider was made with this yarn that I got on clearance at Hobby Lobby earlier this year. Throw it goes. Anyway, you can see it's a blanket yarn. It is a blanket yarn, but it's a lot more fluffier and furrier. So that's very hard to work with to see your stitches. So I wouldn't recommend that until you do it a couple of times, like I said, and then once you got it, you got it, right? Once you got it, you got it. So and then like this yarn, which is by Loops and Threads, called Sweet Snuggles Light, is a blanket yarn, but it is silky soft. It's more like almost like a velour blanket yarn. I don't know how to, but it's not like the velour. It's more like a blanket yarn, but if velour and blanket yarn had a baby, this would be it. So I'm really liking this one. And I just recently purchased a few of these, and I might have to go back and get some more of this because I'm really liking it. I mean, this is just like silky soft. I just can't imagine for a baby that, oh, so cute. Anyway, yeah, and then they have like the Bernat baby blanket yarn with sparkle, which I don't know if you can see, but the sparkle is ever so slightly, very subtle sparkle in that. Not a big sparkle. And what I made out of this hot pink, I call it hot pink. What color is it? Hot pink sparkle. Hey, I did good. What I made out of that, y'all, was this. Spider web. Can I show y'all? I made a big spider web. It's huge. So I was thinking what I might do with this is I thought it would look really cool. Like if I put it up in this corner right here, like it, you know, up in that corner, and then I could put a couple of my little spideys on it. I thought that would look really cute up there. So that's what I might do with that. We'll see. I got a lot of stuff to do in this room. It's a total wreck. So, this, I looked at a couple of patterns. Well, I looked at a tutorial and I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't really, that's not quite going to work, especially with blanket yarn. Blanket yarn, making patterns with blanket yarn from a regular worsted weight pattern doesn't always work out. You know, everything depends on what size hook you use, and a lot of times you need to add a lot more stitches or add, you know, to your pattern that's made with regular. Anyway, all that to say is I kind of figured out how to do it on my own and I did it. So I can't wait to one day be able to get that up there in that corner, and I need to redo this whole shelf. It's a total wreck. So yeah, so I got lots of leggy spiders. And you can see I've been using my eyes. These are the smaller 1-inch eyes made with, I love this cotton with a 4mm. And then like these are 1.5-inch eyes made with, I love this yarn, worsted weight, with a 6mm. So you can see the difference of the size eyes for whatever size project you need. And also you can, I just wanted to point out real quick about the eyes. The eyes on these just have white on the bottom next to the color. But if you make a black spider, you won't see the top of the eye. So that's why I just brought the white all the way around. So just easy peasy, very simple. I did it on this one too. You just bring the white all the way around so the eye will stand out on the black yarn if you decide to make black spiders. But these are so cute. These are so cute. Where's the little purple girl one? Oh, this was the only one I put eyelashes on. When I was sewing it on, when I was sewing the eye on with the black yarn, I just kind of made two little lashes that stick out on the side like that. You can see separation better in person than, yeah. So I thought that was really cute. And I also kind of turned her eyes like this. I turned them like that so they kind of look demure, or I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Sad. Not sad, but almost like, I don't know. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Demure. And so I kind of turned her eyes a little in like that and then added the lashes. So she's so pretty. She's so pretty, like Chilita. And yeah, I do love the safety eyes too, with the 2 different sizes. The big ones and the little ones kind of off and up to the side. I think that looks so cute. So that's leggy spider news. And if you really would like me to show y'all how I did my spider web in blanket yarn, just comment down below and let me know if you'd like me to do a tutorial on this. But there are lots of spider web tutorials, you know, on here on YouTube, but I don't think any of them are with blanket yarn. So anyway, so I'll let y'all decide whether or not you think you would like that. Just let me know. So even on this video, once I get the pattern uploaded and the tutorial up, I will have those linked down below. As soon as I get them up, I'll add it to the description box. But just remember, it is a no-sew crochet pattern and it is intermediate. So just to give you a heads up on that. And I can't wait to see all the little spiders. I can't wait. So look for the leggy spider pattern coming out soon. It is with testers right now, and I've gotten a few pictures back, so I'm very excited. They're adorable. So thanks y'all for sticking around for Jo's Web number 102. No, 103, right? And look for the tutorial. Will be out hopefully sometime this week. By the end of the week, I'll finish editing and hearing back from all my testers. And until then, be blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, I got some editing to do. Interruptions. Okay. I forgot where I was at, so maybe I'll just start over. Let's do that. Okay. What was I gonna say? Mine goes blank. Totally ADD, just gone. So, so I will, hey y'all, it's Jo. I'm singing.